We're about to start the session. Welcome. So while we wait for everyone to accommodate, hi, Palacios. Let's start with the networking session. So how this is gonna go? Let me just, yes, here. So we will present ourselves using this little format I indicated here. So name, position, where you're from, and what you expect from this webinar. Me, I'm Ivan Pizzetta. I'm the new Capacity4dev community manager. I'm Brazilian and Italian. And my goal here is to enhance community engagement from and for users in the platform. But this can be done in another way. This can be done in another order. For example, I'm Ivan Pizzetta, and as a digital communications and international cooperation expert, I believe that the digital world has the potential to exponentially enhance international cooperation. That's why I accepted this challenge of becoming community manager of Capacity4dev in a compromise of knowledge sharing and connecting international cooperation users. So let's activate your cameras and raise your hands. Stop sharing for a little bit. Or whoever wants to introduce themselves and following this little pitch. I'll share again. You can use the raise hands from the Teams, or you can just activate your camera and I'll call you. All right, so I see Ruth Gomez was with the camera on. Would you like to introduce yourself? Yes. Just yes, unmute yourself. Yes.
Hello, Ivan. Hello, everybody. I'm Ruth Gomez Sobrino. I'm from Spain. I've been working in international cooperation for the last 20 years now. I'm the campaign director of an initiative led by the EU delegation to Sudan. So we are trying to bring attention to what is happening in the country, the largest humanitarian crisis at this point. And I was part of the Capacity4dev platform long time ago. And I always was in love with this type of initiatives, bringing practitioners from different fields, from different countries. And I would like to be exchanging with other people from different disciplines, how to improve our outreach efforts. I think that learning from others is, a major issue at the Capacity4dev platform. And I look forward to hearing from you how you are managing with your strategies. I didn't say, I think I'm from Spain, but working abroad for the last, I could say, 22 years. Thank you so much, and nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. We were in contact a few weeks ago for improving one of our projects on the platform, and it's good to see you here again. Tom Law, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Tom. I'm from London in the UK. So first of all, congratulations, my colleague from Spain on the European Championship. I work for the Global Forum for Media Development. So we're a network of around 200 organizations around the world that support journalism and media. And what I'm hoping to learn from this webinar is how GFMD can benefit from being part of this network, how we can contribute to it. We spend a lot of our time trying to raise the voices of our members when it comes to how media assistance is funded, what the priorities are. And so I'm hoping to learn more about how to navigate this space. So pleasure to meet you all.
Okay. Yes, pleasure to meet you, Tom. We will definitely go through these points, and I think you will benefit a lot from this webinar. We'll navigate through it later with a virtual tour. Thank you. So Arni Kupomaki, how do you say that? How do you say your
The
name?
Finnish way to say it would be Arni Kuoppamäki. So I'm from Finland, but I work in Germany for DW Deutsche Welle Academy. I actually don't know this platform, so I'm basically here to find out what it's all about, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you, Arni. Maria, would you like to present yourself as well for us?
Yes, sure. So I'm Maria. I'm Portuguese, working with Ivan and with this lovely team on Capacity4dev. I'm the user support manager. I shared some useful links to, for example, the support mailbox that I manage, and also to the YouTube tutorials and the help and support page. So anything that you need, any assistance that you need while navigating Capacity4dev, you can always reach out to us on the support mailbox. And it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Maria. So let's start with the presentation. Anyone else would like to introduce themselves, even if you don't have the camera on? No. Okay, let's go to the presentation. All right, so Maria introduced herself and me as well. But we have the rest of our team behind Capacity4dev. Ariela De Gennaro is our coordinator from the side of DG INPA. Claudia is our content coordination expert. And Dimi, as we call him, Dimitrios, is a communication expert, outreach, and social media management. Marie is our business project manager. And the rest, you know, it's all. So what are we going to cover with this webinar? What is Capacity4dev? Who can use the platform? What features you can find here? How can you benefit from being a user? We're going to do a little virtual tour. And to mention, if you have any questions, please address them on the Q&A from the teams, so we can track them and answer them all at the end or in the direct communication with you. So what is Capacity4dev? It's Capacity4dev is the European Commission online sharing platform hosted by DG INPAS, coordinated by DG INPAS. It was launched in 2009, and it has a leading position on knowledge sharing in the field of external relations. It's a community, really, of international cooperation professionals. In 2023, the platform was revamped. It went through some changes and became a little more user-friendly. And we started promoting some activities to enhance the platform as well. So we're doing some podcasts, we're doing some articles. We have an ambassadors program with people from many institutions promoting our platform, and many other initiatives to promote best practices in international cooperation. We are trying to connect international cooperation professionals worldwide by collaborating, engaging, learning from each other, sharing, and having all tools in one place. Who can use it or who can benefit from this? So we have all the EU institutions and the we call Relax family, people from all the EU administrative departments that deals with external relations, government officials, international organizations. We have many UN members here, NGOs, civil society, academia, a really important role, and the private sector. Every month, we have an average of 300 new members requests. To be accepted, please, we ask to fill as much as possible the profile and have reliable information so we can approve it and we can figure out if you're a human or a robot. What is the added value of Capacity4dev? Well, it's the only collaborative platform where all the people from the external relations from the European Union can gather and talk in a public, restricted, or private environments. It's hosted in a secure IT environment of the EU, and it's a community-created platform, which means 80% of our content is published by our users. The other 20% by our editorial team via articles, podcasts, and we're going to go through this later on. We're also active on many social media, which can be important for the visibility of the activities you're publishing in Capacity4dev. If you also get in contact with our editorial team, we can provide you some visibility in our social media. And coming up, it will be a multilingual website. Now it's only in English, but we are translating it for French and Spanish. And for the other languages, it will be machine translated. So you have access via the translator. What features are available on the platform? First of all, we have groups, which is, I think the word I highlighted here is collaboration, is what really inspires this feature, is a space where you can really collaborate with your community. You can gather all around a specific topic or a region or initiative, and where you can brainstorm, you can navigate, you can create discussions and ask for contributions for whatever you are working on. The big difference from groups to from projects to groups is that it's a static website where you can publish your project exactly. This will not be deleted from the platform. And well, you can substitute, for example, the budget you're going to use to create a website for your project. You already have this in Capacity4dev. We provide many resources so we can enrich your website. You have after that resources, which from a wide range of tools. You can just publish. We have a dedicated feature for that. Normally they are horizontal and they embrace many topics at once. So they're not only about environment, or they can be for many topics be inside environment. Articles are exclusively published by our editorial team. So again, if you would like to publish an article, you have to get in contact with them, normally about lessons learned, best practices on the field or not. And it can be a way to give some visibility as well to the activities you are doing. Basically, articles, we have now going on 4 blogs, 4 ways of publishing it, which are Voices in View, editorial spotlights, the podcast, as I mentioned, and an ambassador's blog. So a little recap here. So how do we decide? I want to open a space. A space is what we call groups, projects, and resources on Capacity4dev. So I want to open a space. I want to contribute with this network. So if you want to have interactions between your members, you're going to go for a group. If you want to have a static page, you just want to public knowledge about your project, you're going to go for a project. And if you want to share a horizontal non-thematical resource or multi-thematic resource, you're going to go for a resource. For groups, you can do a public group, which allows everyone in the website to see and ask to join. You have restricted groups where only people from a determined institution will be allowed to ask to join, or private, that is only the members you're going to invite to the group. The same thing for resource. You also have public and restricted according to the institutions you add as a domain. So now Marie is going to launch a poll on the chat. Nope. No,
sorry.
Okay, not working. No problem. So we're gonna do a little virtual tour now. And Mahi also published some links in the chat if you always want some more information. All right, so let me prepare here the website. Okay. So this is the page you see when you're not logged in. I'm gonna log in using my normal account. To do from first steps. As I said, an IT secured environment. So this is the page you see, the first page you see when you're logged in. This page is very important to see it fully, to configure all the topics and countries of interest, because this is the feed, which is going to be imposed by the algorithm according to the topics of interest. Here, the first thing you see is the featured article. This is decided also by our editorial team. So 2 days ago, we had a new article. You can access them now, it now. And this is also defined by the people you are following. So this is account I've done just to test some things. So I'm following myself. This is my official account. This influentiates the algorithm in a way that every activity this person does is going to appear here as well. Besides that, you're going to have groups, projects, events, and inside of that, discussions inside the groups according to the topics and the people you are following. Also, if you are in a group, for example, in this account, I am following the job opportunities group. So I can see it also appears the activity from this group. Here you have a little recap of last month updates according to your interests as well. So it's not related to the whole platform. And just like many other social media platforms, you have the who to follow suggestions according to the people you are already following and the topics as well. We're gonna go through each each option here from the menu bar and post content and my profile. So basically, the topics is a powerful research engine from our website. You have it divided according to DigiImpa's units of topic thematic areas. But you can also select by an SDG. So if you select Zero Hunger, you're going to see all the thematic areas that are related to this SDG. If you click here, you can see the subtopics. But if you click directly on the name, you're going to be redirected to the topic page. So inside the topic, you can see all the subtopics again. You're going to see also featured articles that are decided by editorial team and all the activity in a feed. Just like if it was your feed, but only for this topic. If you go specifically, if you click on groups, you're going to see all the related groups to the projects, to the topic, and so on with projects, discussion, library, resources, articles, members, and events. If you go to discussions, you have to know these are only published inside of groups. But every time you publish a discussion, you can also select topics. The libraries are from projects and groups. And the resources are the resources I'm going to show you later on. Let me find an article here. If you click on an article, so here we are on the topic feed, agriculture and rural development, and we find the articles related to it. If you go inside an article, you see that, well, it's published as an article, it's a static website, but you have many buttons of activities you can do according to it. You can follow the article to see if people start a discussion on the comments. You're gonna be we're gonna receive notifications about it. If you bookmark, it's like the saving button. You're saving it for later. I'm gonna show where this is going to be saved. You can like. This is mostly for the statistics of how well an article it is, or a discussion, or every other card. You can comment and share. If you like to share, you have the social media options, which basically sharing the links, but you can also share everything that is from our platform, again, in another space. So for example, I want to share this article in this group. You just press the share button, and then you have to press the specific place, the space where you want to publish it. Okay. After topics, we have countries. And countries they work as well as topics as a research engine. So you have this interactive map where you can click in any country. Let's say Algeria. You have a little resume on how many groups, how many projects, how many discussions, library items, members, and events. But if you go to the country specifically, you're gonna see the same menu bar from the topics, this time for a country. Also, related articles, related events, library items. And if you go one by one here, you're gonna find as well as the topics. This page of articles here, coming next, is, well, as I said, the editorial team is in charge of this. We have some guidelines to have this collaboration. If you like to share something here or to collaborate with them, you have to get in contact with us. I think it's a strong new feature we have in order to give some more visibility to what's going on. So it's, if you go to let's say a group, this is gonna go later, but on job opportunities, this is the way, whatever you want to publish that is not static, this is the way it's gonna appear in discussions. And this is a job position I posted, for example. You have many features, you can add images and everything, but it gets in a group, and it gets the only way it's gonna be highlighted in your website, it's from here, outside of the group. But articles, they have a dedicated page where you have much more visibility to a subject. Anyways, going on, we have the resources page, which is basically divided in key EU official resources and other resources that can be EU or non-EU. You can browse one of the resources as well. This one is pretty interesting. You have it's the results as indicators for development. Whichever you go, for example, employment and VAT, you have also the related SDGs here inside the resource. After, if you go to browse content, you're gonna notice that you also have resources here, but this time it is basically a list of everything we have. It's not separated by the categories we create in the resource page. And browse content, you're gonna see every group, every project, every discussion, every library item, every resource, article, member, and events. I wanted to go back here to topics just to show one more thing. If you go to a certain topic here, important for our networking, you can see all the members that are following this topic as well. So you know who is interested in this. All right. If you go to groups, for example, you have some more filters for research. So this is all the groups that are related to the topics I've been interested on. But if you edit, let's say, not in the best practice, knowledge. Let's say I want to find a group about knowledge or thinking about knowledge sharing. It appears fastly here. Inside of each part of this, for example, if you go to groups, it's going to suggest you to create a group. If you go to a project, there's the suggestion to create a project, and so on for the resource as well. The discussions, as I mentioned, are only inside of the groups. So here you reunite all of them. The library can be projects for all the spaces. And here you have some opportunities to browse the members as well, according to some specific keywords, and even the organizations, European institution, private sector. And here in members, you see that there's a contact button. That's not always the case for all members, because this is the featuring you have to activate. But let's say this person, this is how it works. And I'm going to show you how the chat is visualized in the following. So we went through all of the little buttons here. Lastly, we go to the events. The events, well, we favor that from now on, we don't have there's been a recent update in the platform, and we no longer accept events longer than 6 months. But what we suggest for events is that it's something that you can attend to, something people can come and it's a webinar, it's a presential event, and we can participate. So we can, if you go through to an event here, you can directly add to your calendar, you can directly export it. And all the information you publish inside of here and in comments. Next, I want to show you the post content button. So let's say you are in a group, job opportunities, and you are wondering, okay, how I'm going to post a discussion that is here, for example. Well, that's through the post content. If you are in a project, you're going to create news instead of a discussion. This is a big difference. But the feature has the same functionalities. So if you want to post a library item, you have all these options. If you want to start a discussion, you have to select, again, the group or the project if it's news, where you're going to publish it. You have the option to publish in more than one at the same time. To create events, likewise, you can create normally events in groups. And if you are the owner or administrator of a project, you can publish in a project as well. And use, it says here, specifically for project. Okay, now I would like to go to my profile. So as I mentioned, we recommend filling as much information as possible about you. So you are reliable for the platform and reliable for the other members. You can publish your LinkedIn profile, and you can check all the topics of interest for other users when they join, the language they speak. Well, I'm creating incentives to fill out as much information as possible, but as this is not my main profile, I didn't do it. In my memberships, you can see all the groups and spaces you are joining, the discussions that you have published, people you are following. Actually, this is for the articles that you are following, so you are following the discussions, because people you are following are going to find you in your network. The library, everything that you publish will be here. Here will be the bookmarks, every publication, every card you have saved throughout the website. You will be reunited here, and all the people you are following are being followed by. And here finally is where it concentrates the chat. So if you want to go back to a conversation you were having with someone, you're wondering how, you go to my profile, and messages. And finally, there's this little stats where you can see all the activity that you have done by numbers. So it's important also, if you like to receive messages, for example, to go to my settings and activate this agreement, which is I allow members to contact me through my personal contact form. If you don't activate this, there will be no button of contact. You can also go directly to my memberships. We put this here so you can have an easy navigation, because normally, well, whenever you get logging into Capacity4dev and you have a space to manage, you want to go through fast to it. So my memberships, and you go here directly to the ones you're managing or participating. Last but not least, I'm just gonna show you briefly this. This is our help and support page. It's being revamped this summer, but it has so much detailed information on how to do anything you can imagine in the website. For example, if you like to start a group, you have all the information here. What is a group? Join a group, invite another people, create your own group, manage a group. And for example, if you go here, you have the detailed steps on how to create a group. So my homework for you, if you have not yet created a project, a space, I mean, try to create a group on a determined topic, or a space or a project as well, if you like. It doesn't matter. We have here the same instructions. Create a project. So the homework is try to create your first space in the next following days, using from the step-by-step you find here in the help and support page. Navigate through all its content. You're also gonna find that some pages have some tutorials. Maria, could you also share our YouTube channel with all of our tutorials?
Yes.
And past onboarding webinars, advanced webinars, everything is there in our channel. Also to say that our YouTube channel is is a space where you can publish your own videos that you would like to embed in our platform, and you don't have a channel, for example, on YouTube already. Yes. Let's stop sharing this. All right, so next steps to learn and practice. As I mentioned, I challenge you to open your first space. But if that's really not of your interest, just post a discussion in any group you find. This will be interesting to communicate and connect with other users and to learn how to use the platform. Also, you can comment a publication of someone, a discussion, a library, anything you find. I put some link here that are important, but Maria gave them on the chat as well. We are not going to share the presentation, but we are going to share the onboarding webinar, the recording of it in our YouTube channel. coming up this summer, we will be launching a best practices group, which will be an example group where you can explore all the features that are possible to use in a group, exemplified in a group. So now, do we have any questions, Maria, to answer?
We had a question from Tom. Let me search for it. On if the visibility accesses are all the same if you share in a group or a project, are you able to see it also in other spaces on Capacity4dev platform? So when you create a group, are there many visibility accesses or they are all public?
Right. So as I mentioned, groups can be public, restricted, or private. In the public option, everyone can see, as you mentioned. In the restricted option, only people that you select from a certain institution will be allowed. So when you are creating a group, we have an option to select the domains, basically. You cannot personalize them, but you can select the ones that we have from a list. And finally, the private ones are the ones that no one is going to see, not even from EU institutions, from the institutions you selected, only the people you invite to join. Okay, I'll open okay.
I would have a question regarding this setting.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Frederick Kaselitz, also part of the TED Democracy Initiative as Tom Law. And my question is concerning the group we have that is private, and we still want to make it possible for members of our initiative to find us and join us. So as I understood, our private group is not visible to anybody except we directly invite them ourselves? Or is there any link we can post where we could tell people, please join us? What I mean is we have a mailing list of our members, and I somehow would like to give them the option to join, but I see this option of sharing it individually. But yeah, my question basically is, do I need to invite them one by one, or could I just share one link on this private group?
Yes, if you have, thank you, Frederick, for your question. If you have selected the private option, really, it doesn't matter if you send the link, they are not going to be able to see the page, only if you invite via their email. So you can create an invite. I can show you here. You can create an invite even to a member that is not on Capacity4dev. What am I showing? Let's say the job opportunities group. Oh yeah, I'm not as, just 1 second, I have to swap accounts. Well, with this option, you can invite members even outside. So if you are inviting members that are not still in Capacity4dev, they're gonna first have to create an account, which is no problem.
Afterwards, they could still join the private group, even though. So they create their account, but how are they gonna find the link then? They click again on the email they received, or how is it working?
Normally they click on the link from the email, and then you're gonna be invited to create an account, and then they're gonna be redirected. When they click again in the link, they're gonna be redirected to the group.
Okay. Thank you.
So
I will try that.
yes. Let me just go here. So this is the job opportunities group with my other account. you go to, it's not a private group, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna go to invite member. Is people that are already in Capacity for Dev. And this is for people that are not in the platform yet. Also, let me just show you this. If you go to edit the group, this is how it appears. So now I cannot do this with this group because it's already published and all, but this is where you change the visibility stats, and it's explained here. Only group members will be able to see the content of the group, specifically platform members. And if you like, we can go through this in a private call if you're having difficulties with this issue. Thank you. Tom, Tom Law, you also had a question.
Thanks. Hi, Frederick. Good to see you. Yeah, my question, because I'm trying to avoid duplicating the work that the Secretariat of the Tech Network is doing. So, for example, if there are resources that GFND wants to share, at the moment, what we do is we contact Frederick and his colleagues and ask them to share them, right? But then if they're going to share them just in this group, then they're not going to appear on the resources general page. So when it comes to, OECD principles for media assistance, we would want to make sure they're available not just to people who are members of the or project, but also to anyone who's looking in that library to say, oh, okay, here's the key resource for how you support media and journalism, how you go about disinformation projects.
If it's
just trying to work out if well, I think it's a question for Frederick as well, really, is that how best to share those resources so they can reach everyone who they need to reach,
Yes, the resources from Capacity for Dev was created if your resource is not intended only for one project or for one specific activity. So if you want it to be public for everyone or for people from some determined institutions, we suggest to create a specific resource for it. But you can have, it's not duplicate information, is ways to organize and inform people. So we can have this specific resource as a page on Capacity for Dev. And inside of your group or of your project, you can create an info page talking about how this methodology is applied to this project, for example.
We also use both options, Tom, so we could explore this further, but we have normally when we publish the events or the news, they are readable through the general public, only if the data is a bit more like photos and a bit more sensitive, and we want to have it more like a private discussion, then we go in the group. So general, the infos we publish are also for the general public here.
Yeah. If you have thank you, Frederick. And if you have the specific library, you have the specific library in projects and groups where you can publish these resources as well. So if it's only related to the topic you are talking, if it's only related to the specific project, you post in the library. The library has, I can also show that to complement the tour. Yeah. Let's see from a group, knowledge. So you have the library here inside of a group, which, well, people use, you can define by folders, which can be by topics or by type of archive you're using. For example, if it's I I created another group. I did pictures, manuals, trainings, podcasts, whatever, however you like. So here you have guidelines. You have our onboarding webinars. Now it's posted as a file. But you also have the option to public pictures, and you have a little album where you can scroll, for example. But normally we recommend if it's a specific resource that you publish inside of a library, inside of a group. And the visibility of it will be according to the visibility of the group. Tom, does that answer your question well?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thank you. So any other questions?
Yeah, sorry. If you don't mind, I think I have a question similar to the colleagues. Wait a second, I don't know what's happening here. Oh, well. If I have because I'm going to take over the management of a group, and I would like to, obviously it's an open group, it's a group on culture, it's open, but also we would like to have a specific access for our focal points in the delegation. So I'm not sure if we can create within the group a project that is restricted to certain members, or if in the library we can have a folder which is restricted and accessible for certain members only.
Okay, thank you for your
Yes,
question.
thank you, but it's not clear because I'm really new to it, so I'm a bit like still confused. Thank you.
The access is defined by the access of the space. So you cannot have a private group with an open library. You cannot have an open group with a private library. Fortunately, this is not a configuration we have still.
Okay,
But
sorry.
I suggest, yes, sorry. If you have a group or a space you like only certain people to have access to, according, for example, if they are from the CU delegation, then we recommend creating another group and creating the restricted, choosing the restricted option. We'll show you here. There you can select. Let me share again. To go to a group. This is a fake group I'm creating as well, just to learn a little bit. Yes, I cannot select right now, but if you have to go here, and then you're gonna see a scrolling bar, and you're gonna be able to select by the domains, which are basically defined by the email domains. So people that have created an account with that email, they are allowed to see this group. Right. So,
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Do we have any other questions? We're about to wrap it up. So thank you for everyone contribution, for your questions. Maria posted all the links on the chat. We are recording this presentation, as I mentioned at the beginning. We're gonna publish them in our YouTube channel. And well, have a lovely rest of the week. And thank you a lot.